There's the community as it is and the community as we wish it to be. I think by elevating service years and increasing service years, we're saying to everybody, you can be a common denominator in making those communities the way you wish them to be, even though you may have inherited them in a bad way. But now you're an integral part in to making it what you want it to be.
So the ChangeMaker Summit, we've brought together leaders from 38 communities around the country. I watched small town mayors talk to large town mayors. I watched state delegates talk to program leaders. And so there's a real power in getting people together and facilitating and teeing up a learning conversation.
We're working to expand full-time service in Philadelphia by increasing the number of opportunities to serve and making service years more accessible to everyone. And if we can see the impact of workforce training and development for members as well as improved outcomes for service recipients in Philadelphia, imagine the impact that service expansion could have in communities all across the country.
The service community, these impact communities, are really some of our nation's best communities at addressing local needs, engaging more citizens in service, and finding ways to really make brilliant solutions come out of sometimes desperate times.
I truly believe, from the city of San Jose's perspective and coming from the Silicon Valley, that we should continue to develop more innovations around service years, align it to issues that matter within communities so that it also comes with resources, political and community buy-in, so that we can continue to make a change.
Well, Arizona benefits immensely from service throughout the state. We have everybody from Teach for America core members working in some of our highest need classrooms, people building conservation trails, to people, one of my favorite AmeriCorps programs is literally working with homeless vets to help them get their life back on track at the Mesa United Way. It just shows that there's such a diversity of options to serve and such a need for that service, and Arizona is a great example of both of those things.
Foundations and private donors may not realize that so much of the service providing that goes on in communities is actually through AmeriCorps and VISTA programs through Service Year. They're a phenomenal resource. They're very results oriented, have amazing leadership quality, and the caliber of the staff and the impact that service years can make is amazing.
And as a mayor, as a public official, I can tell you that we are waiting at City Hall with open arms.
I personally can say that I might not have had access to my current job trajectory had I not done a year of service, and I think that that's true for most people who have done a year of service, that it opens up doors for them. And I think if we're really thinking about equity, inclusion, and workforce development, this is an amazing tool to make sure that that is really happening in our country.
Every generation has to have a human capital campaign, something that unites them in feeling like they are part of a greater good and a nation that believes in itself and its young people. And national service is an incredible way for us to remember what we value and the importance of one another.
Service year belongs in every city's toolkit.
I think national service should be a priority for all of our elected officials. The reality is people need to understand and invest in solutions that we know work and that actually bring our society together, and that's what national service really is.